Hi, I'm Jo Cullen, one of the commercial managers for Viking. Welcome to my hometown of Melbourne, Australia, where today we are going to do a foodie tour of Melbourne, where we get to enjoy all of the diverse and delicious cuisine that Melbourne has to offer. Melbourne is such a cultural hub, it's full of history, and it really is the epicentre of all things sports, art and entertainment. We're here at the moment at Federation Square, which is a mere 15 minutes or a 5k ride from where your Viking ship docks at Station Pier in Port Melbourne, so it's very easy to get to. Federation Square, you're not lost for things to do. There's a museum, there's lots of, there's an art gallery, there's restaurants, there's cultural events and also cultural festivals as well. It's my pleasure to welcome our Viking food expert, Martina. So
Hello.
lovely to meet you. Welcome. Tell me,
nice
what have we
to
got
meet
to
you, Jo.
expect
Today we have our food tour for your Viking customers. So it's all about exploring Melbourne through the lens of really good food. So what we do, we weave in and around laneways and arcades, getting to know Melbourne, but we're actually dining as we go as well.
Oh, yum. I'm so excited. I'm a Melbourne girl, but there's so many delicious and diverse restaurants that I haven't had a chance to experience. I'm so excited. Let's go.
Let's go, Jo.
Where are we now, Martina?
Jo, we're in Degrave Street, one of our
beautiful.
famous laneways, and the start of it from Flinders Lane, I guess. So this is kind of where it all begins.
It's absolutely beautiful. There's so much to see and do, and there's such a vibe here as well.
Absolutely, it's electric. Like there's just so much happening all the time. It's forever evolving as well, which is lovely.
Yep.
So where we're actually heading now, our first stop is Brunettis.
Oh, I love Brunettis.
It is. It's absolutely wonderful. So we'll have a coffee there. Then we head off to Coco Black for some chocolate.
Oh wow,
which is
we're
great.
so spoilt for choice here in Melbourne.
We do. And then after that, we're going to head to some arcades before we hit our lunch stop, which is Mida, which is Spanish.
Yes.
After that, it's actually Lucy Lou, which was one of our favourite Asian fusion restaurants in Melbourne. And then we keep wandering up and we go through another arcade, another laneway, which is ACDC Lane.
Yes.
Before we hit Spring Street for our final stop, which is Australia's oldest underground cheese maturation cellar.
Yes.
So we have a cheese tasting and then we finish off with gelato.
What an amazing experience. I mean, Melbourne is truly known as the cultural capital of Australia.
Absolutely.
Very much a foodie paradise, and I think you'd be silly not to do this tour. This is the perfect way to start the day in Melbourne, having a cup of coffee here at Brunettis, an absolute Melbourne institution. Tell me about it.
Absolutely, and being a Melbourne girl, you may know the original Brunettis, which was actually in Carlton.
I do. Yep.
This is now very, very special. This is Brunettis Oro, which is actually in Flinders Lane. So what they have is incredible. It's all these cakes here.
Oh my gosh.
Which is brilliant.
Such a temptation.
It's great. And this is very, very special, this place, because all the coffee, whilst it's actually sourced in Brazil or sourced in India, they actually blend the coffee here in Melbourne.
Oh wow.
So it's very Melbourne coffee.
And Melbourne is known for amazing coffee, and I'm sure as soon as people get off the ship, the first thing they want is a great cup of coffee.
Oh, Jo, they do. The minute we meet cruise guests, absolutely, it's the first thing they want to do.
They've all heard about the Melbourne coffee.
Yes, they have. So we bring them to one of the very best, which is Brunettis.
Yeah.
Which we love.
And I mean, gosh, there's cakes to take away, there's ice creams, there's lunch, there's pasta.
But you're right, it's actually open all day. It doesn't close till like 11 p.m. at night. So you can actually come in here for a drink as well. If you want to have an Aperol Spritz in the afternoon, you've got coffee in the morning, coffee in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You can have a drink, you can have dinner, you can have lunch. It's
And look
wonderful.
how busy it is. You know, there's just people everywhere, isn't there? Just enjoying it. It's a Melbourne institution. It really is.
I know, we are super lucky. But now we'll finish our coffee and we're going to head off to Coco Black for some chocolate.
Looking
Let's
forward
do that.
to that. Wow, look at all these chocolates. It's hard to choose which one to have.
I know,
Oh my
it
gosh.
is amazing.
Tell me about Coco Black.
Coco Black is a Melbourne chocolate.
I know.
We're very, very lucky to have it actually here. So what the owners actually did, they went around the world to source the best cocoa. Then they actually brought it back here and they paired it with our Australian natives. So they worked with a lot of regions.
Yep.
And they also worked with a lot of chefs and a lot of restaurants as well to come up with the best. So we've got amazing chocolate from our lemon myrtle to our macadamia, our saltbush, Davidson plum, which is sourced from Queensland, which is incredible. So we have a lot to offer. We have some amazing chocolate for you here
Wow,
today.
what have we got here?
So this one is our macadamia and wattle seed.
Yes.
Brilliant, again, sourced from Queensland. And then this one here is our Tasmanian leatherwood honey from Tasmania. The honey is a little bit different, quite sweet, very unique to Tasmania, but it's all brought back to Melbourne and it's actually made in Melbourne in a suburb not so far away from here. So we're very lucky. It's very much our own, very much Melbourne chocolate.
And I think I spied a gin chocolate on the way in as well.
Yes, we
Something
do.
quite unique about that one.
There
Being
is.
a gin person myself.
So there's a fabulous gin brand which you will know, which is called Four Pillars, which is Victorian owned, which we absolutely love. Okay, so Coco Black actually have collaborated with them, and we have some gin tastings as well. So I'm going to leave you with some of those before we leave. But
There's certainly a taste for everyone in here.
there certainly is.
And what a beautiful present to take back, or some little delicacies to eat back on board the ship as well.
Wonderful,
A taste
absolutely.
of Melbourne.
It's very, very true. And here you have everything here. So you can go from the traditional chocolate, or you can actually have any of the Australian natives as well. It all just pairs really well.
Okay, well,
So how
don't mind
about
if
you
I
try one?
do.
Go for it.
Thank you.
And I might try
Wow,
one of
this
the
looks amazing.
macadamias while we're here.
That is delicious. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
How do people walk out of here? You couldn't stop at one.
You could not, absolutely. There's so much on offer.
Oh, wow.
It's always great to always come back to as well.
Wow. This mosaic is absolutely stunning. Tell me about the Block Arcade.
It's amazing, it's incredible. So the Block Arcade was actually mirrored off the Milan Galleria in Milan, Italy. So this mosaic is all Italian and it's all authentic. It's pretty special. This is Vida. This is where we're going today. It's absolutely beautiful. Isn't the street art incredible?
It's beautiful. So here we are at Vida. This is amazing. Tell me about Vida.
Vida is very, very special and one of my favourites in Melbourne. It's a Spanish restaurant. It's actually been, Vida is one of the first restaurants in a laneway in Melbourne, which is really special. The chef is Frank Camora, so he's the chef restaurateur. So he started this up, arrived in Melbourne when he was 6 years old. Typical Melbourne story.
Yeah,
went to school here, went to uni here, but actually loved passion the food. And so he went back to Spain, brought back, everything about what he loves about, being Spanish. So he actually started this up, which is amazing. But what we're trying today,
what have we got here? What are these made up
their
of?
signature. So their signature dish is their anchovy, and it is my favourite.
Yep.
So it's a handmade crouton. Then it has the hand-filleted anchovy, and then it has the beautiful smoked tomato sorbet that goes across it with the capers. It's great. So what we do, let's do this now. Take one of these.
It's a work of art.
It is a work of art.
Yep.
It's absolutely incredible. So would you like to try one? We're going to do this together.
Okay.
Just pick one up like this. That's it. And then what we do, we sweep the sorbet right across to cover the whole anchovy.
You've done this before.
Absolutely, many times. It's divine. But yeah, it's very special. And what's interesting is this particular bite has been on their menu since they started in 2003. And it's still the most popular
Is it really?
bite. It's incredible.
Should we try it?
I think we should try
Let's
it.
go.
Let's go.
Wow. Oh, wow. Those flavours together. Oh. That is amazing. I've had nothing like this before.
Exactly. It's
So
very
what's this
unique.
one called again?
It's called an anchovy. And what's very special about it, many people don't like or don't like to taste anchovy, but it's very different. It's not the anchovy that you're going to have on a pizza. This is very unique. It's been hand filtered over 3 days. Very, very special. And then very unique is Movida's very own smoked tomato sorbet. So they've had that for years as well, and it just complements beautifully.
Who would think that you'd have anchovy and sorbet together, and you could get such a beautiful taste?
And the combination just works perfectly. Yeah. This is our croqueta. It's absolutely phenomenal.
This is the national dish from Spain.
It is the national dish from Spain, but what's very unique and different about Movida's is that they use manchego cheese, which is kind of sheep cheese, better on your gut. Beautiful. It's got the gooiness rather than the dense potato feel. It's absolutely divine. How about we try some?
So this is Movida's take on that.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow. That cheese is divine. I can see why these are a favourite. So here we are at Lucy Lou, which is just a 5-minute walk from where we've come from. And this,
I know.
Oh my gosh, this is so trendy, this architecture.
The architecture is incredible, and it's such a hidden gem.
Yes.
We've just come through Oliver Lane, and it's such a surprise to come through that little
door.
laneway, that little
Yes,
door,
yes.
to come through here. Big neon light, and all of a sudden you're here, which is amazing.
And what type of food do we have to look forward to here?
Yes, so this is Asian fusion Pan-Asian.
Yes.
So in Melbourne, we have a lot of Asian fusion Pan-Asian restaurants, but all of them are very different, and it all depends on their lean. So whilst Asian fusion generally is around about 7 to 10 different Asian cuisines, they always have a lean. So it's beautiful with what Lucy Lou does. It's all about Vietnamese. So Vietnamese with their corianders, their mints, their freshness.
Yum.
It's absolutely divine, which you're going to try with me today.
And tell me, the name Lucy Lou, not the actress,
No.
but how did Lucy Lou get its name?
Absolutely. So the owners were actually in Shanghai, and they found the name just on the bottom of a door, which is amazing. So they saw the name Lucy Lou and they thought, that's a good name for the restaurant. So nothing to do with the actress.
Yes.
But it's interesting and it tells a good story, because many
does.
people do think it's actually connected to that. So,
And who would know that this place is here?
Exactly.
Off the laneway.
I know.
It's absolutely buzzing yet again.
Yeah,
it's mid-afternoon.
buzzing every day.
And people are in here.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's very good.
So what have we got in front of us here?
So what we have to start with is our tofu beetle leaf here, which is amazing. Now, why I include this on our food tours, and it's a surprising flavour. So it's caramelised tofu.
Yep.
You have a slice of orange, and it's on that bed of beetle leaf, which is great. So
Which
it comes
gives
from
it that
Southeast
beautiful,
Asia.
crispy, bit of a bite.
It does.
Yeah.
And then you've got the chilli on top as well.
Amazing.
So always, you can
Beautiful
do the
colour.
chilli if you don't want, but it's stunning.
Yep. So what have we got here? What's this one?
Well, this is one of my
amazing.
favourites in Melbourne. I know it's
That's a big call.
it is a big call. It's called a jiambing roll. So this one particularly is a soft shell crab pancake roll.
Yep.
It has lots of mince, lots of coriander in there, but my absolute favourite is Lucy Lou's own hoisin dressing, which is divine.
Those flavours together would be an absolute taste sensation. No wonder it's your favourite.
They certainly are. So how about we give it a go?
Shall we? Let's go.
Just pick it up with your hand. That's all right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Take this one as well. Very nice. You see why it's the best.
Oh, that is amazing. We're heading into our last venue for today. It's been a fabulous day. I did see the name of the laneway here. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. So this is ACDC Lane. It was actually named after the band. Funny enough, the band didn't make it down to this laneway themselves. They made it to Swanston Street, but this was very much the first music laneway of Melbourne.
Yes, definitely.
We used to have a bar here called the Cherry Bar, and if you're a musician anywhere around Australia, you would come here to try out your music. So it has a lot of history. This one
Definitely.
here.
What I did want to ask too, today's been a fabulous day, but on average, how many people are on the tours?
Yes, it's very intimate. It's lovely. It's only about a maximum of 10.
10. And do the tours go, are they all day, half a day, a couple of hours?
It's generally about 4 to 4.5 hours.
Great.
So
Yep.
typically we would start, say, 11 o'clock, and we could finish at 3:30, but generally around
Perfect.
about 3:30, and just in time to meet your transport before you actually move on back to the dock.
So we're at the Spring Street Grocer.
We are at the
Our very
Spring Street
last
Grocer.
stop for the day. Tell me all about it. It
Spring
looks
Street
amazing.
Grocer is home to the oldest underground cheese maturation cellar. So it is absolutely phenomenal. So there's a cellar downstairs, very, very secret, and it's lovely. Even most Melburnians don't even know it's there.
I
It's
never knew it
incredible.
existed, and I've lived here all
Really?
my life. And look at all these beautiful delicacies at the front here.
It's wonderful. So we have the cheese tasting, and then we come up here for our final and amazing gelato tasting.
I
which
was
is absolutely
looking at a few of
divine.
the flavours up there. I mean, rosé, strawberry, and watermelon all in one.
Beautiful. We've got the
Mint and
sorbet
lime.
here, and then we've got the gelato. So this one here is actually dairy free, and you've got this one. But this has been around. It's very iconic.
Yes.
Just across the road from our state parliament.
Yep.
Really beautiful area. You know, we've got the Imperial here as well, right on Spring Street. And we finish here as well because it's just up the road from the final transport that takes
At the Windsor Hotel.
At the Windsor Hotel.
So it's nice and easy. And what a beautiful day of walking around Melbourne for, what is it, 3.5, 4 hours?
Absolutely.
Sampling the food, and
Yes.
here we end up with a beautiful gelato at the Spring Street Grocer.
Grocer,
Should
yeah.
we go in and see what we want to select?
I think we should.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I have had such a wonderful time today. Eating my way around Melbourne, spending the last 4 hours, I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? Eating all that delicious, diverse food that Melbourne has to offer. It's been a fabulous day and such a wonderful experience. Thank you so much for joining us on Viking TV. This is where our tour concludes here at the Windsor Hotel, where you'll be picked up and transferred back to your Viking ship. I hope you've had a great time, and we look forward to welcoming you to Melbourne, Australia one day.